What is good, guys? Back here with another YouTube video, and in case you cannot tell by the title below, this video will be a video where I share my thoughts and opinions on someone or something going on in this wacky weird world called professional wrestling. And with MJF's reported contract within AEW coming to an end relatively soon, I figured I would do a video sharing my thoughts on if he should really go to WWE, because there were rumors, I want to say late last year, early this year, if I remember right, before he won the AEW World Championship for the first time, that, hey, he wants out of his contract to go to WWE, kind of deal, and whatnot. And before I share my thoughts on if he should go to WWE and leave AEW, therefore, would love to know what your thoughts are on that down in the comments below. While you are down there, feel free to hit the like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Of course, you don't have to if you don't want to, but it would mean a lot to myself if you did. And when it comes to MJF, I believe I did a video earlier this year, if not a year ago, sharing my thoughts on him, and so I won't repeat myself here, but he is one of those guys where I mean this in a good way, and it might come out bad, but I don't really care where he goes, because no matter what promotion he goes to, hypothetically, if he, let's say, were to resign with AEW or leave the company, go to WWE or go to that indie promotion called New Japan, kind of deal and whatnot, I think he'll, for the most part, be successful, kind of deal, assuming that he still would want to be a professional wrestler, and whatnot. He's good looking guy, he's young, I think he's like 27, 28 years old, I could be wrong about that, been wrestling for about 8 years if I remember right, again, could be wrong about that, but he's been wrestling an extended period of time, definitely has his legs under him when it comes to experience as well. Like I mentioned, good looking young guy, can talk on the mic and go in the ring, kind of deal. Is he the best at any of that? Personally, no, but he is the better half of that, being a pro wrestler or sports entertainer, kind of deal. And for myself personally, I don't know for sure what he should or should not do, kind of deal. I'm not him, I'm not one of his friends, I'm not one of his family members, kind of deal. I'm just some random person living in Southern Ontario talking about wrestling online, kind of deal. My opinion on what he should or should not do should, rightfully so, all things considering, hold little to no weight. But for myself personally, as a fan of wrestling, I'm not saying I'm a big fan of MJF, but he's, again, good in the ring, good on the mic, I'm not denying that. But when it comes to whether or not he should, personally, I think he should. There's nothing else within AEW that I would want to see him go and do, kind of deal. Whereas WWE, there's obviously new championships, obviously a whole whackload of new wrestlers to face off against, whether it's somebody on Raw, SmackDown, NXT, Europe, or whatever it's called and whatnot, but there's still like more. I would personally be more interested in a MJF run within WWE, again, whether that's developmental or on the main roster, then I will be kind of deal, no matter where he is on the card for AEW right now. And for myself personally, again, don't know him, never met him, I don't think I've had any social media interactions with him and whatnot, and I don't know what he wants out of wrestling back before he signed with WWE, or with AEW, I apologize, or now, kind of deal and whatnot. Like, he could be 100% about the money and less dates, AEW is probably better for that, but if he wants arguably a bigger recognition, kind of deal, more of a machine behind him, WWE is the smarter choice, in a sense of they are, more people know about WWE, kind of deal, than anybody within AEW. Kind of deal. Nothing against AEW or anybody working there, it's just WWE has been around decades longer and has more quote-unquote connections with the media, if that makes any sort of sense, to promote people and whatnot. So it really depends on what he would want or need out of professional wrestling, whether or not he should go. Personally, again, as somebody living in Southern Ontario that's a fan of wrestling, he should. Uh, don't sign a too terribly long contract, if possible, kind of deal and whatnot. One of those, I don't know the contracts they give out in WWE, but one of those, like, give me 3 years contract. Yeah, that's a long time, but he'll be in his early 30s by that time. And whatnot, it's still whether or not after that, if you would want to go to AEW or re-sign or just leave wrestling, I, of course, have no idea. But yeah, that's it for this one. Would love to know your thoughts on if MJF, should go to WWE down in the comments below. While you are down there, feel free to hit the like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Of course, you don't have to if you don't want to, but it would mean a lot to myself if you did. More importantly, hope you guys are doing okay mentally, emotionally, and physically.
The world that we tend to make up is nothing but a fantasy until you wake up. I feel like I'm just lying to myself, yeah. Cause I just crossed the line like I'm playing offside. I do it how I want and I'ma do it till I die. Feel like I'm just lying to myself, but it's